The Ronald Reagan Presidential Library. It's an iconic site in California, a must-visit for any tourist heading there. Every 4 years, it hosts the Republican presidential primary debate. It's what many call the Super Bowl of Republican debates. For Republicans, it's a rite of passage. It's here that they have to convince their party that they can win the White House. Since 1984, this debate has been a yardstick for the US. It's how Republicans measure their candidates. But this time, the picture was a little different. 6 men and 1 woman took the stage in California. They flashed broad smiles. They waved to the audience. They bickered and spoke over each other. But the spotlight was not on them. It was on Donald Trump, the former president, who decided to skip the debates. Instead, he was in Michigan rallying auto workers.
It's all over television, this speech. You know, we're competing with the job candidates. They're all running for a job. No, they're all job candidates. They want to be in the, they'll do anything. Secretary of something.
That's Donald Trump for you. He doesn't even care about the debate. He skipped the first one. His ratings did not fall. He skipped the second one. It's unlikely that his lead will change. Trump thinks he's so far ahead in the race that he doesn't need to debate. So he's skipping the debates. But what about his fellow Republicans? They know what they're up against, and they will need to do something significant to catch up, which is why this time the attacks got more personal. They did bicker among each other, but they also came together to target Trump.
You're not here tonight because you're afraid of being on the stage and defending your record. You're ducking these things. And let me tell you what's going to happen. You keep doing that, no one up here is going to call you Donald Trump anymore. We're going to call you Donald Duck.
And you know who else is missing in action? Donald Trump is missing in action. He should be on this stage tonight. He owes it to you to defend his record, where they added $7.8 trillion to the debt. That set the stage for the inflation that we have.
Some pot shots there. But it is really hard to level a blow on a candidate that is 3,000 kilometers away. So let's look at the winners and the losers of this debate. The biggest loser this time was Vivek Ramaswamy. He did remarkably well in the last debate. You could love him or hate him, but you could not ignore him then. But this time, Ramaswamy was lackluster at best. He did say some controversial things, but most of it did not land. Plus, his rivals made him the punching bag. They attacked everything from his business to his policy ideas.
Well, first, let me say I'm glad Vivek pulled out of his business deal in 2018 in China. That must have been about the time you decided to start voting in presidential elections. So we're nice to have you participating in elections.
So Ramaswamy did not do so well, which brings us to the winners. There were 2 of them. One was Ron DeSantis. He did terribly in the first debate, but this time he seemed fierce and confident. And he started off by attacking Trump.
The former president, he's missing in action tonight. He's had a lot to say about that. He should be here explaining his comments to try to say that pro-life protections are somehow a terrible thing. I want him to look into the eyes and tell people who've been fighting this fight for a long time.
So Ron DeSantis did well, but the biggest winner was not even present there. The biggest winner of this debate was Donald Trump. He's leading by 40 points right now. Both Ron DeSantis and Vivek Ramaswamy are nowhere near him. So even those blows on stage are not affecting him. You can call him Donald Duck, but it doesn't affect his lead. It doesn't change the fact that Republicans are rallying behind Trump. A recent survey asked Republicans who was the best U.S. president in the last 40 years. 41% of them chose Ronald Reagan. 37% said Donald Trump. Neither of them were at the two-hour debate here, but both of them shaped it. The Republican Party was once seen as Reagan's party. 30 years later, the GOP has become Trump's party. He writes the rules for it now.